Hi, you're about to watch the Hallmark episode. Thanks for doing that. We want to let you know that today's episode is sponsored by Philo. You can get 25% off your Philo membership and watch all of the movies we're talking about by going to philo.tv/DTH.
Unlimited DVR, all your favorite channels in one place. Go to philo.tv/DTH. Philo is for everyone.
Enjoy the episode.
Are you ready? It's been a while. You think you good?
I think I'm good.
Okay.
I think I can handle this.
All right. Whenever you're ready, Brandon, hit the record, please.
Hi, I'm Bran, and I love being back and Hallmark rando movies.
Hey, it's Panda. You know what? I'm glad to be back, and I too like rando Hallmark movies.
I'm Dan. I despise being back and despise Hallmark rando movies, and this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Did I come in at the right time?
You did.
Okay, good.
Just like practice.
Good.
Oh boy.
Yes.
I do want to clear up one thing.
What?
I love you guys. The friendship is real. I would never trifle with our friendship. I was at the beach, and so this is not as good as the beach.
You know what?
You
Sometimes it's your
can't-
words
you
and
can't-
it's your tone, Dan.
You can't trifle a trifler.
You don't trifle a trifler.
That's
Are
exactly
you a trifler?
Yes.
Trifling. Unbelievable.
No,
We don't use that word enough.
trifle. What are the trifle boys?
We're the trifle boys.
Yes.
All of us?
All of us.
So I'd rather be at the beach with my family than here is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I don't love you guys.
That's not how I
interpreted
what we're
what you
hearing. Guys, so glad to be back. We were back. We were gone last week.
Welcome to the Michelle Vickery talk show.
No, we got so much to talk about, boys. We got so much to talk about. We went on vacation, and Hallmark decided to just do freaking everything.
Just opened up the bay doors
That's right.
in outer space somewhere and just let everybody out.
We will get to all of that hot tea.
But the hottest tea
is Philo. Guys, we are very excited to announce our partnership with Philo. We love Philo.
We were so excited we had to take a week off.
That's exactly right. Just to kind of collect ourselves.
That's right.
Because of how much we love Philo. Philo is an amazing streaming platform with a Hallmark Lifetime up. All the things that we kind of talk about on the show, so it's a perfect partnership.
Yeah.
That's what
Come
I'm very
Christmas
excited about.
time, Philo is the most inexpensive way to get all the things you're going to need for Christmas movie watching season. It just is. And so they're awesome.
It just
We're
is,
awesome.
you
I
said.
feel like it's a good combo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Panda, you love Philo for all of the reality
You were an
shows.
early Philo guy. You were like Dogecoin, but with Philo.
Yeah, with Philo.
You were Philo's like third or fourth customer.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I got a card.
Yeah, you got a card to prove it.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yes. Dogecoin also, we got a lot to talk
we
about
may have
there.
overhyped it.
No, stay with it.
I've not look. Yeah, hold. I've not lost money. Have you lost money?
Yeah, I lost some money.
I'm a
But I lose money one day, I make it back the next day. It's the nature
Tomato.
It's the nature of the crypto. That's exactly right.
Doge doggy. Same thing.
But yes, please, philo.tv/DTH. Support them by support us by supporting them,
And you'll get a
and let's
discount.
be friends together.
Let's be friends
we're
of
fans.
each other.
We're fans of each other. That's exactly. We're fans of Philo. Philo's fans.
We're good. It's like we never left.
Guys.
This is it. This is the good stuff.
So we went on vacation, and I don't want to personally take responsibility for the Bubbly Sesh not getting renewed, but it does
don't.
feel like it's our fault somehow. Somehow it does feel like our fault.
And I don't understand because those ladies were crushing it.
Crushing it.
I mean,
Phenomenal.
their Win Calls the Heart podcast, I think everyone in America was listening.
I think
Yes.
they were. That's another thing. We went on vacation. So first of all, we went on vacation, and Elizabeth made her choice. We're not watching this season,
That's right.
but whatever.
She chose Daryl, if you can believe it.
Daryl came in and said,
Daryl, who
"What's
works-
up, everybody?"
Yeah, he works at the Mercantile
Yeah.
part-time. And she was like, Daryl, that's my guy right
Daryl-
there.
He's a good dude, though.
Daryl's a good guy.
He's a good dude. He's
guy.
a good dude.
Yeah.
And so everybody was talking about that on social media. Bubbly Sesh did their episode about it. They had Chris McNally.
They had the big guys on.
And Aaron. And Hallmark said, not good enough. Didn't renew them. We didn't get to talk about that last week, but we were very upset about that.
Super upset.
And then the big announcement that Michelle Vickery, who has been on the show before, she was the head of
Programming.
Yeah, head of programming.
The VP.
Executive
Yeah,
VP.
That's exactly right. Is leaving. So whatever that
she
means.
was a big Bubbly Sesh stan.
Yeah, and a big home and family stand, and a big. She has been basically she was the godfather of Countdown to Christmas. Like that was her thing.
Yeah, that was.
And from what I gather, Home and Family was her thing.
No Home and Family.
No Home and Family.
Bubbly sesh.
No bubbly sesh.
When
No
Calls the
Michelle
Heart's
Vickery.
going bonkers.
I just don't even know what we're doing right now over at Hallmark.
And the Hallmark was like, we're not going to play movies on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday anymore. And people got mad at us on social media, like we're in those meetings.
Yeah.
Like, guys, what if we played more Last Man Standing? Like that wasn't our call.
I cannot think of a scenario where I would say, let's play more Last Man Standing. I think I'd rather watch just Hallmark movies on the
Dan,
loop.
but that's not what you said in the meeting.
You're right. I take that back. Hey guys, I know you're going to think I'm crazy here.
Well, pitch it, Dan. Just
you know
throw it out
that
there.
Tim Allen show that's like...
First of all, thanks for taking our call. Like,
Yeah.
you haven't talked to us in a while. But
in a long time.
Yeah.
We're not affiliated. There's a Tim Allen show. It's basically Home Improvement 2,
Right.
But it's just for conservatives.
Right.
Nobody else really can watch. There's a lot of fun jokes.
Oh, yeah.
The kids will understand all the jokes.
I think Jill is in an episode, like
Jill
one episode.
comes back. Does Wilson? Is he dead?
I think
I'm not
Wilson.
sure.
I think
yes, he
Wilson's
is.
dead.
That's too soon.
R.I.P.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas, is he? We'll have to stay tuned to find out. But here's the thing: is why don't we just play it on Hallmark all day, every day?
You might be asking, what do we do? Like, what about the movies that we made?
Hear me out here. Cheap.
Cheaper?
You just pay the royalty rights for Last Man Standing.
From
which-
what I gather, Tim Allen pays you to
Tim Allen-
play
that's right,
his
that's right.
television show.
And he doesn't trust the dollar anymore.
That's exactly
He
right.
thinks it's
He's
communist.
all in
So
on Doge.
I think this is the go.
Obviously it was our
hearing
fault.
back
And we're
that
sorry.
clip,
I can't believe you really. Wow, you really went all in.
I went hard, and
Yeah.
that show's terrible. So I don't even know what I was thinking.
From what I gather, the latest shuffle is they're now playing 2 movies each night, which is more for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but less for Thursday, Friday. Like they cut back Thursday,
It's
Friday
clear.
to make room for Monday, Tuesday,
the only
Wednesday.
thing I know is clear is that they believe by lessening their movie block and widening their syndicated TV show block, they can save millions of dollars. That is evident by what's going on here. There's no other reason to do it. That's why they're doing it. And they're trying to just mix and match so nobody complains. But on that 7th hour of Golden Girls, I think everyone in their right mind is going to complain. I mean, you give me 5 hours of GG, okay, whatever. But hour 7? No, I think
I actually think right around 7 and 8
is when it gets really good.
like that's prime GG.
That's what I'm thankful for being a friend at that point, right then.
Yep.
So all I have to say, we won't be going on vacation anytime soon.
And
Because
or
apparently
Hallmark either, I can tell you that. We will not be on that channel.
Because there's
Shocking.
nowhere to go on because
right.
they canceled Home and Family.
What if we find a way to like hack the system and digitally impose us in a Golden Girls episode?
Oh boy, I'd love that.
Just saying, like we all say one line, like Blanche, come on.
So all that to say, follow us on the social media because apparently things are changing
You
by
like
the
that,
minute.
I did. I just love it.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be at a Golden Girls episode.
You know
Yeah.
what's not changing deck to Hallmark?
That's exactly right. We're
Right
not
here.
changing. Nothing's changing here.
Except for Philo. That's new.
Except for,
and
yeah,
it's
Philo's
important.
new.
That's right.
Philo.tv/DTH. Guys, are you ready to talk about Sweet Carolina?
I wish we
This movie
would.
was super buzzy.
Super buzzy. Super buzzy. Sweet Carolina originally aired on Saturday, May 14th.
What is your problem?
I didn't write down the date, and so I was
15th,
trying to do the quick
15th,
math.
15th.
and I
It's the
couldn't do it.
15th.
May 15th.
May 15th.
And
May 15th,
it went on something like this.
2021.
Josie is a big-time business gal in the big city. Josie, big cities. She's in the middle of work, and she gets a phone call from her mom telling her some bad news. Her sister and her husband were in a serious car accident. They've both passed away. This is very heavy. So she heads back to North Carolina to be with her family, and she finds out that her sister has made her the guardian of her daughter and her son. Everyone's very shocked by this because she lives in the big city. She can't take care of children.
The big city?
They're very shocked by this. They thought for sure the grandparents would be the guardians, but they're not. And so Josie says, listen, if she wanted me to do it, I guess I need to do it. But it's harder than she thought it would be to juggle her career and being a good guardian to these children that just lost both of their parents. We also meet a fellow named Cooper. Cooper is Cooper and Josie. They
That's
used
his
to
last
be.
name.
No,
Is
it's his
it?
first name.
They keep calling him Mr. Cooper and Coach Cooper. I'll look it up. Keep going.
Coop, there it is.
Coop, there it is.
Are they hanging with Mr. Cooper?
They are hanging with Mr. Cooper. And they used to be, Cooper and Josie used to be quite the thing in high school. Now he is a high school coach, and he also looks fantastic. Her dad, going back to Josie, her dad seems to be really weird about this whole thing. Doesn't really seem to believe in Josie's ability to do this. And what'd you find out?
His first name is Cooper, and the reason they call him Mr. Cooper is his last name. I don't know if we can pronounce it. Can you pronounce it? Avchin?
Afchin.
Avchen.
Afchin.
We'll call him
Action.
Cooper.
Cooper.
Tough on dirt, gentle on carpet. That was Stanley Steamer, everybody. Cooper, so yes, the dad does not believe in Josie's ability to be a good guardian to these kids. He has made that abundantly clear by being the absolute worst all of the time. Then her boyfriend calls her out of the blue. She has a boyfriend, and it's like, I don't think I can do this long distance thing. We need to break up. Cooper comes over to help Josie and the kids with a bake sale situation. They get into literally the biggest flower fight I've ever seen, and I would say the biggest flower fight this side of the Mississippi.
Yeah, this side for sure.
For sure. The West Coast is known.
The West Coast
they
is known
have
for the big boys.
bonkers.
They're known.
Flower
Fest 54.
Dude, 54 was
Oh
such
my
a year.
gosh. We got that clip? Flower Fest
Showdown.
1954. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Flower Fest. We're very excited. We're going to be throwing flour at each other. You know the rules. No headshots, no knee shots, and nothing in between. Let's throw some flour, if you know what I mean. Go.
I'm going to flower you so hard, you're going to grow out the ground.
I'm going to go ahead and throw this and might as well shake and bake it. All right, here we go.
Flower Fest Showdown 1954. So, Flower Fest happens.
It's weird because that seemed planned, but poorly. Like we're improv all the time here, and that bit seemed planned, but not well. And I just don't know. I don't know what we're supposed to do with that information.
She catches wind that Cooper bought an engagement ring, and she's like, oh no, he's going to propose, and that's a no-go, seeing as how I just got back here, and I also just got 2 kids, and also we just started talking again after all these years. So she tells him, hey, proposing to me is a really bad idea, and he's like, I just want to borrow your dad's van. Sorry. Josie tries to get give the daughter a bracelet that belonged to her mom. It doesn't go well. She tells Cooper that she thinks that she should just go back to New York. Like, she's not good at this. I just need to go back to where I belong. But she has a real heart-to-heart with the son, and she decides, you know what? I'm doing it. I'm staying. Cooper finds out and immediately asks her out on a date. She says yes, but you got to make that basketball shot first. He doesn't. She says, doesn't matter. I kiss anyways. And that, my friends, was Sweet Carolina.
Ba, ba, ba.
Good times never seem so good. Cooper. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to break this movie down with 4 segments. And I think, if I understand correctly, we're going to have a good time doing it. But first, we're going to take a quick break here on Deck the Hallmark.
Boy, oh boy, TV's getting out of hand. It's so expensive to get all the channels you want in one place and all the things you want. Here's all I want, Bran.
What?
I want an unlimited DVR.
Okay.
I want all of my Christmas movies.
Okay.
Lifetime, Up, Hallmark. I want VH1. I want BET. I want AMC for Better Call Saul and the likes. I want all of those channels, 60 plus channels, in one location with an unlimited DVR. And you know what else? It's the cheapest bargain out there.
What is?
Philo.
Oh!
Philo TV has 60 plus channels, unlimited DVR, and it's going to cost you less than half of YouTube TV and Hulu Live.
Oh, wow.
I know, right?
This sounds amazing. What do I do? Can I get a deal?
You can even get it for less, 25% off, by going to philo.tv/DTH.
Okay.
2 months at 25% off. Philo.tv.
That gets you
/DTH.
through Christmas in July.
That's right. You can watch all your Christmas movies from all your networks, one location, and you're going to pay basically what you pay for Netflix.
Wow.
It's unbelievable. The deal can't be beat. The service is great. You get an unlimited DVR.
Amazing. Philo.tv/DTH. Go check them out today. We're back.
Oh, we're back already.
DTH on
Hot takes.
NPR. Very excited.
Really good stuff.
Really excited.
Really good stuff.
Really excited to talk about Sweet Carolina today, right after some smooth jazz and a hot take from my
Let me
good
ask you
friend.
this about NPR.
Okay, go ahead.
You know they have those giant piano interludes, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's like
I love them.
just enough to fall asleep before the next news story about like the gas crisis or something. It's like lulled to sleep and it's like the world's burning. Do you think they record, because they always come back in with, that was Jeremiah Tolito with Strattenheim and Cloud B.
yeah.
Do they record those bits? The outro where they tell you the song ahead of time, or is that done live?
I would hope. Like I can't
I've
imagine.
wanted to know this for years.
Sliding from that was Tonto to we lost another good one in the war. Like
right.
I don't know how you slide from one to the
slide.
other.
They slide hard.
good over there at NPR.
Those were the soothing sounds of Panda Pandolf on the Keys. Speaking of keys, in the Florida Keys, 6 were killed. How do you get there? I don't even know.
And now here's wait, don't tell for some fun good times.
Gee,
A wild channel over there
That's
on NPR,
crazy.
and they're
NPR's
publicly funded.
publicly funded. Listeners like you.
That's exactly right. Sweet Carolina, hot takes, Panda. Take us to that hot take land that you do so well.
Oh, I would love to give you a direct flight there, buddy. This movie's...
Oh, that was good.
Thanks, I appreciate it. This movie's good. I really liked it. This is, in my opinion, Lacey's best performance I've seen her do in a Hallmark movie.
It's the best performance I've seen her do.
Well, I haven't seen all the Lacey movies, Dan. Maybe there's one out there that's hidden, a hidden gem.
How you said it.
I said
That
what I
you've seen
said.
her do.
Like you don't do a performance.
You don't do a performance.
Well, I've seen her performance.
It's her best performance that
It's her
I've
best
seen. That I've
performance.
seen.
It's her best
End of
performance.
sentence.
It's the best one I've seen her do. And I stand by everything I just said. And you know what? I think a lot of that also has to do with who she's playing opposite of. Tyler is so good. He brings out these really great performances in pretty much everyone he's with. In my opinion, I think he does a really good job. I think he has this natural countenance that just makes... I don't know. He just does a really good job of playing to the strengths of whoever he's with, and so I really enjoyed this movie. Lacey, I thought, crushed it. I like the plot. I don't know if it necessarily. I'll say this: I don't know if it necessarily carried the weight that it set itself up for at the beginning, right? Like, so this is heavy. These kids have lost their mom and their dad tragically, and they kind of wrap it up too neatly. Like the healing occurs, in my opinion, very quickly. These and I understand why. You're still constrained to an hour, 20 some minute movie. But at the end, I still feel like they didn't carry that weight throughout, like some of the other movies we've seen that have, and I would have almost preferred if it didn't get completely wrapped up in a nice bow. Like if things didn't completely come together so perfectly. But that said, I thought that this movie was really solid, really good. It's one of the best we've seen so far this year. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up from Panda. Put it on the box. That's not trademarked at all.
Tyler Hines is the Matthew McConaughey of Hallmark Channel.
Okay.
He's wonderful. Every time he's on screen and he's just talking and he's just kind of taking you for a ride with his words. And it's a wonderful ride to be on. I agree with what Panda said. I thought this was a really great performance by Lacey. For as much as we've maybe gotten on her over the past few Hallmark movies for honing it in, it's just, she shows up.
For phoning it in?
Honing.
Honing it in would make it
She's doing
and
better.
sharper.
What
Phoning
her
it in.
performances are sharp is what I'm trying to say, but there's nothing to
We
them.
give her a hard
They're
time
sharp,
for
but
honing it
they're
in.
sharp but not shiny. I feel
She has been shining it up, is what you're trying to say.
We don't give her a hard time for honing it in. Just say you were wrong.
No, I'm standing by it. I'm standing by it this time, boys.
It's the best. This is the best I've seen you do.
Yeah. She
It's the best performance I've
she
seen
brought
her do.
a lot of different things to this performance, which was wonderful. I'm in the camp of this isn't really what I turn on the Hallmark Channel for, but I also can't say that it's not good. Like it was great, and bravo to Hallmark for trying new things. I don't want 40 of these. But just like Holly and Ivy, I thought, it's really good. I thought this was better than Holly and Ivy. I understand what you're saying about the tying it up, but to me, it wasn't tying up the relationship. It was tying up that
I understand,
difficult time. Like there's going to be more difficult times, and she says that, I'm going to make more mistakes. This is going to happen again. So to me, it didn't feel as rushed as Holly and Ivy did at the end. It still felt a little bit rushed, but what can you do? Overall, I thought it was really, really good. Tyler and Lacey, wonderful together. Loved them in Winter Vale. Love them here. So great times all around for what this was, but not necessarily my thing when it comes to Hallmark movies.
I'm offended as a Southerner and a basketball coach because they don't do either of those things very well, and they don't even try to. In fact, the only person that tries to be Southern in this movie is Tyler, and he does it pretty well. I think some of the bigger words he has to say it don't quite work, but he has kind of an early Clint Eastwood thing going on here. He furrows his brow and he stares, and he's giving, once again, a performance where people can build around him. And it's unfortunate that performance is in a movie where he doesn't matter at all. Like his character, like the love arc isn't super important. They don't get many scenes together. This movie, I will say, just has powerhouse performances in it. Lacey, I give Lacey a hard time on a regular basis. She's great in this movie. She really gets to stretch and reach. I would say to the movie's detriment. She gets to cry and gets to be super dramatic and still does the fast talking, quirky, thing that she does as well. And it almost is like we can't find a lane. Like there's a part in the Wait What I'll get to where they just switch too quickly between revelry and just depression on a regular basis. I applaud everyone for trying something new, and I think Lacey and Terrell Rothery, Tyler Hines, and the girl Cassidy Nugent are all giving really good performances. But without those performances, this movie is one of the worst probably that I've seen, but because they don't pick a lane with this stuff, it's very, very difficult. It doesn't feel like a cohesive movie at all. It just kind of feels like two stars in a movie that could be a soap opera, could be a rom-com, could be and I know that's how life is. Life is like that, where it's funny one minute, it's heartbreaking the next. They don't really smoothly transition between those. And it's clearly filmed nowhere near the South. And that is tough to like, and the movie didn't need to be in the South. Like, what about it needs to be Southern? It doesn't make any sense.
Not a thing.
So, what are you going to do? Not great.
It's time for all the feels. Part of the show, we talk about what in this movie gave us those feels. And I'll start with my good friend Panda. Panda feels.
Obviously, the scene where the dad and the mom die and Lacey gets that call. Lacey's reaction is phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's really, that's striking because you don't see that typically. Typically, it's just you see them get the phone call and then it cuts or fades away. But her reaction is so visceral. I thought she did an amazing job with that.
That reaction in particular felt like even she knew over the last decade she's just been playing the same character.
Right.
And now it's like, wait a minute, that wasn't Lacey, that was Hallmark.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
now you see her act and you go,
She can do this.
That wasn't Lacey Chabert doing the only thing she knows how to do. That was Hallmark telling her this is the thing to
Yes.
do. And so I gained a ton of respect for her.
So good.
In the movie and in that scene.
Yeah.
She crushed that scene.
She was great. The only other feel I got was this town is just mean. This is the mean. They are unnecessarily mean to Josie. Her dad in particular is next level bad. He's a terrible dad.
But even the friends.
Her friends, everyone in this is just, they unnecessarily just crush on her the entire time. Just for no reason. There's not a reason other than she moved to New York.
I feel like the movie took several steps forward with allowing people to act.
Yes.
And taking some risk, but like 10 steps back when it comes to the big city is terrible.
That was maddening
Like,
to
it
me.
just was, come on, guys. Like, just get it together. The big city's not the root of your problem.
I just couldn't believe it. I think that was my feeling, was just disbelief, because it was so weird how much it was. Every character she ran into would take like,
I guess,
snide remark.
I guess you're awful at everything.
It was distracting. It was really distracting for a movie that otherwise I thought, like, there's just no reason for people to be that mean to her. It's just ridiculous.
I got feels, when Tyler and Lacey saw each other for the first time at the house after the funeral, and he just like asked her how she was, and at like multiple times, like drilling that down. I thought that was really, both of them played that really well. But as far as standard feels, I mean, the flower fight made me happy. Like, it was an aggressive flower fight.
Aggressive.
And that was great. But my biggest feels is this. Tyler is clearly not a baller, and he didn't even try to hide that, and it gave me like happy feels. Clearly the guy, I love him to death. I don't know if he's shot a ball before, and they could have done a shot and switch angles to where he makes it. They don't do that here. Nope. And I appreciate that. It gave me feels. It'd be like if like one of us, we went out there and we had to be a basketball coach, and we were just like, well, I guess you can fix it in post. And they're like, no, we're not. And I appreciated that. I thought it was a lot of fun. Like, this is we got Tyler here. We got him Cooper as the coach. What can you do? We got him.
Were you referring to one of us when you said that? You looked at me.
I was.
Could have been anybody. Panda.
It could have been any. I could be me. It could be me. I'm not. I didn't make my middle school team, so.
But you were McNasty. In your
I was
neighborhood.
McNasty. That's true.
Right. They called him McNasty. He was a baller.
They lost the papers in the flood. What do you got, Dan?
Those are both of mine, actually. The one scene where she finds the news and her reaction is great, and then the basketball in this movie was, you either laughed or you were infuriated. Like, it just. No one knows anything about basketball. And there's people are practicing in hooded sweatshirts. They're practicing basketball indoors in hooded sweatshirts. No one knows anything about basketball in the entire movie. And that was just like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this right now? But you know what? I guess they didn't know anything about the South either. So, what are you going to do?
Who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares is
Just
what I
make the
say.
movie.
It's just basketball.
Yeah.
That's what I always say. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to get to the Wait What's and the What the Hallmarks here on this program that we like to call
Deck the Hallmark.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
It's
so
going,
good,
man. How about
buddy.
you?
Man, have you heard about it all?
I've heard about all of it.
I have not. Can you fill me in?
Right after this nice, smooth sound from Tommy Tidbits here on NPR. We're going to go to Wait What?
Tommy Tidbits. I wanna hear more from him.
you can
He's an
handle it.
up-and-comer.
He's an up-and-comer,
Yeah.
and what he does
Yeah.
on stage with that piano in the flesh is beautiful.
In the flash.
Versus like a Tommy Tidbits robot or virtually.
Hologram?
Yes.
Hologram Timmy Didpit.
What did you just say? You did not get it out. Like, none of that. It's not like you couldn't finish. Your mouth just was like, I quit. I quit. I'm not having this.
got stuck
this
right
guy
around the-
has made me look stupid my whole life. I'm out. Timmy Tidbits.
Oh, my
didn't say
God.
I could get.
Timmy Tidbits. You said Timmy Tidbits.
I got stuck on the second M of Timmy. I just realized
Timmy
this is
bit.
way, because I said hologram, Timmy, and then the second M, I was like, this is a lot. And I had to take a breath. I'm not as.
Tommy Tidbits.
Yeah, but I said hologram Tommy Tidbits. It's a lot.
But
You
said
start getting
Timmy,
winded on the last.
And then the second M in Timmy, you just switched to bit. Timmy
Yeah,
Tidbits.
I wanted to wrap it up. It just was too long.
Panda, what you got, pal?
First of all, when she gets the news, she runs out of there crying,
Yeah.
and no one follows up and checks and is like even remotely like, "Hey, are you okay?
Hey, you all right there?
Just anything?" No,
let her go.
They mentioned that they came down from Atlanta. If you're, it's not.
But that's just what you say.
People say
it's
that.
What you say.
People
man.
always called me on
You're
that.
from Michigan.
Yeah, I used
You're,
to.
no. This
People
is
call me
something
on
you
that.
say all the time.
That is true, but
Not
I
you
used to get
personally,
called.
like this is what people in the South say. Come on, just come on down.
I don't know, man. Whenever I used to say we came up from, that was the thing in Michigan. We'd always be like, "Hey, I'm going up there," instead of like it's reverse. So whenever
Why are you
I
trying to explain that with your hands? Like we don't understand the words you're saying.
Well, because it's up, right? And you gotta see it to
watch
believe
up
it.
TV.
That's where I'm at.
Mitten, I believe.
Okay.
The Yoopers.
Yeah. And so we would always say, you got to go up. Well, when I came down to the South, I would say, oh, we're going to go up there. And everyone would call me on it. They'd be like, no, you go down. You came down from Michigan. Because I said, yeah, we came up from Michigan. And people would be like, you didn't come up from Michigan, came down.
This is good stuff.
Well, it's just the stuff that I think people really care about, Dan. And I want to get to that. I want to point out that one of my favorite scenes in this movie, I should have mentioned this, is they bring in Howie Day concert, which is clutch, pinnacle for me. 05.
03 is when that song came out.
Was it 03? I thought it was 05.
I know this because I looked it up during the movie because he said, "Is that Howie Day?" And I said, "Yep."
And it's a banger. The rest of that album's not very good. But that song's fire.
Collide?
That said, I'm pretty sure that kid was not singing the song because I think they really got Howie Day to sing it.
No. That was not Howie Day.
No,
that was not Howie Day's
Day.
voice.
No.
It was not a remake. I don't think they brought in the strings and everything. I gotta know.
It was not Howie Day, and it was also probably not the kid. It's probably none of the above.
Okay, final thing then.
Go ahead.
Okay, the sister who dies. How long has she had her cell phone for? Because when they do the flashback, she has that same phone, which is a decade earlier.
No. The flashback when they're sitting on the couch with the kids.
No, there's another one where she has like her. Well, maybe that is the one, but she has her purple phone. It's the same phone.
The one where they're sitting on the couch with the kids was maybe 6 years old because the kids are in middle school now, and in that picture they're like 10. Because I did the math on it, and I was like, because he was like, they're using the flash, and I was like, what camera would that be? And so I just did the quick math. But to have one phone for 6 years is bonkers.
It's bonkers town.
Yeah.
That's just my thing. Same phone case, everything.
Yeah.
Not a lot's changing there.
Not a
I'm
lot's
just concerned.
changing
I'm just concerned.
in NC.
Update the phone.
She's trying to move from that little desk cubicle to the big times, and she's budgeting. She's holding back. She's not spending on what she doesn't.
But I'm just concerned that after a while, some of your apps stop working.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a real problem.
Yeah.
You can't
iOS can't run on that phone.
You can't do it. It's going to take up all your memory. It's going to take you forever to open Facebook. You can't do it.
Tyler says Hakeem Olajuwon.
You ever heard of Hakeem Olajuwon? Have you, Tyler?
No, I don't know. I don't think he has. I think it's news to him as well. You mentioned the hoodies on for practice. I was baffled by that.
There are kids. There's one girl in a gold necklace with a locket on it, practicing basketball. It's basically just asking to get lacerated on your throat. Like, no one is practicing basketball wearing the things that they're wearing in the movie. They all showed up in a gym and did the scene in their just casual, like it's cold outside clothes.
Well, I thought they looked great. I just want to throw it out there. I thought they looked phenomenal out there.
Phenomenal.
Hakeem
Olajuwon.
I was relatively baffled at the bracelet situation.
Relatively baffled.
I was relatively baffled at the bracelet situation. When she gave that sweet girl the bracelet,
locket,
everybody seemed to know that it was a bad idea. And while I am the type of person that would have given that gift in private to her, literally everybody seemed like, I cannot believe you just did this. And then the boy was like, that was dumb. To me, it seemed like a pretty sweet gesture. She's giving something from her mom, added something of hers, a basketball, to make it, like you and your mom, you're still connected.
I thought it was an incredibly sweet
I thought it was a really sweet gift that probably should have been done in private, but did not at all deserve the response from everyone at the table.
I was like, I can't believe it. Who do you think you are?
I don't know. It of the mistakes that she made, that wasn't big of a one to me personally. But that maybe I just felt like the response was not did not equal the gesture.
Okay, but I wonder, and I agree with you. I was just like, what's the
Her
issue
going
here?
and talking to the boys.
That was a problem.
That wasn't
Yeah,
cool.
but that it all fits with the theme of everyone's incredibly mean to Lacey
everyone
Chabert for
is-
no reason
Everyone's
at all.
very mean to her.
Like her dad should be like in jail somewhere. Like he is legitimately like, get out of here. I don't love you.
yeah.
He's the worst.
The brother, her brother, is
Jeff.
an interesting fellow who's
Yeah,
in the
he
tech
is.
world, but wakes up every morning and just goes and thinks to himself, "What am I going to bake today?"
That's right.
Bakes before work and then goes to sell those baked goods and then goes
And
to
then
his
goes
day
to
job.
work every day. Yeah. And he never bakes the same thing
He
twice.
never. He just
says
says,
it's something
"I
new
walk into
every
the
day.
kitchen. I walk into the kitchen and I think, what am I going to bake today?"
But he says he bakes something different every day. So let's say he sells out of some scones. Tomorrow,
No, it's not about the money.
he's not making the scones. Can you imagine? This is the problem with rich people.
I just, of all of the things they were introducing so many aspects of this story. The thing that was not necessary was the guy who bakes something different every morning.
How about-
there's not a more unnecessary character than Jeff.
Can we back up? Yeah, it's not just the baking. The character Jeff is unnecessary.
yeah.
I'm confused as to if he lives at home with his parents still, because he's there in the morning.
He is.
Every
He
morning.
goes
goes in and
to
bakes. He
goes and sells, then goes and
he
showers
goes
at mom and dad's
mom and
house.
dad's, and then gives Lacey a hard time for burning toast.
At some point, you've got to think he's not being efficient with his use of fuel or time or
Maybe
something.
he lives at home still.
I don't know,
Do you
because
think-
they mention him. Well, because they say to him, they said, you can move into our house while we're moving into the mom and dad's house when they're talking about where to place the kids. So
All I know
clearly
is
he's not living
around,
there.
like it's summer
Constantly,
vacay. Like
yeah.
he's just there.
I love the guy who played Jeff. I love Jeff. I thought he was a blast. I just don't know what
Why
the
he's just
purpose
not
of him
necessary.
was. And speaking of the toast, that whole what happened, because she popped the toast in and just let it go. So either the last person to bake toast is a monster.
That's right.
Who likes really burnt toast like that, or the toaster's
needs
broken.
to be thrown out. Yeah.
The toast, it's not her fault. Like toasters are automatic. Like you don't have to pop it up. So it is either the last toast boy's fault or the toaster's broken.
I don't know, man. My parents always told me to watch the toast. They used to always sit there and they said, watch the toast so it doesn't burn.
Yes, but that was in the 30s and technology has
now
evolved.
there's timers that pop the toast up, Panda. Back when the toaster oven was invented, it could have been a problem, I'm
My
sure.
point is,
guys.
like, yes, she should have checked the
You're a
setting.
toaster, you don't have to watch your toast, right?
I don't have a toaster.
I've made toast for my kids probably at least once a week, every week of them being around.
I'm just telling you, I
And
don't
it
own a
just-
toaster.
Okay, well, it pops up on its own. I'm telling you.
I'm just here to say no toaster.
Then why'd you pitch in with the watch the toast bit?
Because my parents had a toaster back in the day, and when we put the toast in, they'd always say, watch it so it doesn't burn. I don't know what you want. It can burn.
How does watching it help it not burn?
So that when you're looking at it, you're like, oh, that's getting a little too crispy, and
Where
you
are
can
you
pop
looking?
it
Is
up.
it a clear? Like, is it just a?
No,
if
you're
you
having
start
to
to
look
see some
in
smokies,
where
It's a
to see
look
the
on-
heat.
if you start to see some smokies,
It's over.
No, it's time to pop
It's
it.
too late if you start to see the smokies.
I agree with that.
Too late.
Yeah,
I
it's
agree
too
with
late.
that. And that's why toaster ovens are better, because you can
right.
see the glass.
Convection.
You can see it.
It seems like those take too long, though, to heat up.
I
They
do
take a little longer.
They take a little longer, but you
I
can
want,
see
I
it.
want instant toast if I'm going to have it.
There's
Well,
no
the
such thing as
toast is an
instant
instant.
toast.
I just want to be clear. And if you're
As
not,
close to instant as you can get. It's quick. It's a fast boy. You start
you
pushing
don't
the
have a
toast.
toaster. You don't have one. So acting like you want toast quickly is the dumbest thing in the world.
What do you mean toast?
But
don't
if
even
I
have
had a
toaster.
toaster,
You don't
I
have
want
a
it to be
toaster.
done quick. I stand by everything.
Watch the toast.
Watch
This is
the toast.
This is the Great Depression.
You
We can't
can't-
just run out and get another loaf of bread.
You can't at least acknowledge that it might have been the last person's.
100%.
Okay.
But I'm also acknowledging that you got to watch it. You have to take some of the responsibility of not watching the
I
toast.
think maybe 10% of the responsibility is on her. Maybe 10.
No, I would say less. I would say 0% of the responsibility is on her.
Well,
No,
It's a toaster.
because she let it go. Like once you see the smoke, you should have.
She's doing other things.
She's doing other
she
things.
Trust the toaster. to do
Right,
its job.
right, yes, but 10%, 10% max.
you never trust
Max.
a toaster.
I give you max 10. Yeah.
Dude, I love Max. Max is a good guy. Go ahead.
I'm going to probably get some pushback from this. Before Lacey's sister is dead, Lacey has a picture of her sister on her nightstand.
I don't know. Yeah.
Guys, I love my brother. Jim, you're not listening, but if you were, I love you. Can you imagine? Can you just imagine if in my bedroom, on my bedstand, was just a picture of my brother by himself, not with with his family, just him like this, like, hey, that's weird.
My wife pointed that out too, and I said, if I say that, I'm going to get pushback.
No, that's weird.
It is weird.
I don't understand how anyone in their right mind has just a solo shot of their sibling on their nightstand, unless they're remembering them. Like after she's dead, okay, different story. But just while they're just friends, weird.
I have our picture on my nightstand.
Well, that's different. We're friends. It's not just a picture of just me.
Well, that's the thing. It is just Dan, right?
Yes, it's just Dan shirtless from the beach.
Oh yeah,
I have that same one every year.
Yeah, I get a new one every year.
I have that same one.
Which year's your favorite?
16.
I thought 15 was good though.
Well,
They're both
16
quality.
16 was like it before, pre-kids, like
He
looked so good.
Yes.
He was swole
even. Can we talk about a grown man doing the quarter behind the ear trick to a grown woman and then easing gently into sorry for your loss? This scene happens in this movie. Lacey Chabert, who is maybe 5 feet tall, but she is my age. She's 38 years old. Meets someone she knows in high school, and he goes, "What's that behind your ear?" "Whoa, it's a quarter." First of all, that trick gets retired once you turn what? Double digits, if I'm being kind. Do you ever do that trick to a grown-up? Ever?
I don't know how they can do it. It's crazy.
And he does the trick, and she's kind enough to placate him with still doing the magic tricks, and he's like, "Yeah, but sorry for your loss." That's some. How does that make it into the movie? That's some editing. Like, what? So here's what we're gonna have in this.
Give me
scene.
more Jeff Baking, please.
Can we get you to do? You remember that old magic trick you do to 4-year-olds? Can you do that to a grown woman? And then offer your condolences for the death of her sister. Could you do that in one take, please? That was brutal. The mom, Terrell Rothery, says, "I was late for school pickup more times than I can count." Okay, awesome. Like, you're a bad mom? Like, what do you want from me? Like, you should never just brag. Like, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but to tell your daughter, look,
say that you can't count the number of times.
I deprioritize picking you up more times than I can count. I lost count. It didn't happen a handful of times. It happened I am so many times I just forgot about it.
I forgot you existed so many times.
So many.
20, 30, I don't know, hundreds of times. I don't know. I can't count it. It's impossible for me to count it. This middle school band takes requests. Oh, okay. Let's just work on G, C, and D first, fellas. You're taking requests.
They don't just take requests.
Dude,
they take
sound
Howie
just like
Day
Howie
2003 requests.
Middle school bands who like worked forever to get one song down are just taking hits from the crowd and going, "We got this." Would be a disaster. That would be awful if you did that.
What 11-year-olds going into band practice and going, "Guys, I got to introduce you to Howie Day."
But also,
You're gonna love him. 2003 is prestige.
do you think they're practicing all of them? Play Jason Mraz. Good thing we worked on it, fellas. Man, I just don't get it. Like, there's no way that those musicians are pulling off anything they haven't worked on for hours and hours and hours.
Can you name another Howie Day song? If anyone could, it'd be you.
No, but I
You had the album.
had the album. It was not good.
Next on my list.
The album was called Collide.
Collide, that's the name of the song. That's never good. Anytime the name of the single is the name of the album, you can't name it. That's when you know.
It's some good toast watching music.
Toast watching music right there. I do have another one, and I want to be clear about this, and I'll say it again. I'll say it a couple times. This family has a downstairs pantry that holds cookie sheets.
That's unreal.
They're baking, right, in this massive kitchen, and you were going to need cookie sheets to bake. I think we can all agree with that. And Lacey says, guys, can you go downstairs to the pantry where the cookie sheets are? What is happening in this house? They have a downstairs location that just holds extra cookie sheets. You couldn't find a place for cookie sheets in the kitchen where you're going to need them? It doesn't make any sense. I don't understand it. And then lastly, what are we doing with this bottled water? What are we doing? Am I to understand that the water is still going to come from New York, but they're basically going to use the Czech Republic's national animal and insignia and basically say it's from Europe?
Yes, that's correct.
So they're just lying?
Can you do that?
I don't think you can do
No,
that.
I don't think you can.
I'm pretty sure that's just called a lie.
Imagine getting the bottle and on the back in small print it says bottled
from New York?
New York water. Some of the worst water in the States.
I know they had that in there because they were talking about her character. Like, that's the whole thing.
Yes.
But it doesn't make any, that's not how companies rebrand. They don't they're like, hey, Reebok shoes aren't selling. What if we call them Nike? You don't do that. That's not rebranding. That's just lying. That's not, you can't just decide to call it something else that is not what it is. I mean, am I missing something there?
No.
It seemed too
Guys,
obvious.
we're gonna stop covering Hallmark movies. We're only gonna cover Lifetime, but the titles and the movies themselves might sound like they were on Hallmark, but they weren't. Trust us.
We actually are now called the Bubbly Sesh. That's what we're called. We're the Bubbly. Welcome to the Bubbly Sesh. Ready, Seshers? Ready to do this?
Let's do it, Seshers.
I like the name Seshers.
I do too. They had a fan club, man.
They did.
They were big time.
Man.
Not my Hallmark. That's all I'm saying.
Not my Hallmark.
Hashtag. Did we do it?
No.
It's time for What the Hallmark?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's do that, boys. Panda?
What rule was her boyfriend? Was it Tony? What's his
Tony,
name?
I don't
remember.
remember. It's Peter Benson.
Yeah.
Was the actor.
He says that she said when he meets with her, he says, "I've proposed a new rule that's going to be heard where there's going to be a new shot clock stoppage.
Resetting the shot clock.
Yeah, that's it. Resetting the what could you possibly be proposing there?
They changed the rule in college to where on certain dead balls where you would normally get so not even a dead ball, if you miss a shot, if you got your own rebound, it used to reset all the way to 30. Now in college it only resets to 20.
Oh wow.
So the shot clock, and then in the NBA with certain dead balls, instead of a 24-second shot clock, it only resets to 12.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it's a real thing.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was asking
But I'm very curious as to what resetting he's talking about.
That's what I want to know.
Because he's in the NBA, according to them, and that's a lot of pull to have to just throw that rule change out there. Seems like he's a bigger shot than we've been led to believe.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to know how the restaurant holds up with Jeff going and Bacon now and taking over. I think once Dad retires, how's the restaurant? Does it survive under Jeff's leadership?
Yeah, that's fair. Can we talk about the van?
Yeah.
Jeff's dad, Lacey's dad, has a van, and apparently Tyler borrowed the van in high school, and it didn't go well. But he wants to borrow the same van now for girls basketball. So I just need to break down a few things. First of all, the van's 20 years old.
Yep.
So not...
They say it's the same exact van?
Yes.
Huh.
Same van. Okay. Why is this that big of a deal? They have a pantry in their downstairs that just holds cookie sheets. They can afford other vans. But second of all, what does he need the van for? Because the game that they played when he borrows the van is at home.
Yes.
It's not away.
Right.
So what is the purpose of him
It's like
using
from
the van?
taking them from the front of the school to the back,
But
and they drive in and Space Jam's playing through the speakers. They roll up
Yeah, I love
and
it.
they pop out of the van.
That would be awesome.
It's Bulldog time, baby.
Oh, is it Bulldogs? Is that what they were?
Yes.
It was.
Pretty sure it was the Bulldogs.
Yes, nailed it. We did it.
That was so good, buddy.
We did it.
We did it.
We did, everybody.
Yay, we did it.
Congratulations.
So proud of us. Good job, gang.
Yeah, good job, gang. We're going to be back tomorrow with Baby It's Cold Inside.
Baby, it's cold inside.
And we're very excited. On Friday, after Thursday's When Calls the Heart episode, we are going to do the definitive Deck the Hallmark collective rankings of the movies so far this year.
And when we say collective, we have to agree on one ranking.
We have to agree. It's
get
gonna
ugly.
get heated. There might be some arguments. If you don't like the
Because
episodes
I'm
where
just
we
telling you right
argue,
now, we haven't recorded that yet. And I will be dead and buried before Taking a Shot at Love is in the top 5 of anything.
Well, and now I'm
dead and buried.
Yeah, no, we're gonna this. I love you.
You didn't realize it just now?
No, I've realized it. And Susie said it, and we would have to agree. Like, I'm concerned about if our friendship's gonna make
Susie said it.
As soon as he
Susie
said it.
Timmy.
I am
Hey, Susie.
like scratching. What? Like, who is?
But Susie says the craziest things.
She does
sometimes.
say, we have a double decker of the week, somebody who signed up for Bramble Jam Plus, who
Decker,
supports us,
Decker,
loves
Double
us.
Decker of the week.
Who do we have today, Dana?
Lisa Calandriello. Hopefully I got that right. Calandriello.
Panda, you do the deep dive.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is no different.
Yeah.
Tell us about Lisa, what her deal is, what her story is.
Lisa's great. Let me just preface it by saying that. Like, Lisa's phenomenal.
When you don't preface it by saying they're
by
great,
saying
are they
that-
not great?
Because some people get concerned
One
when
out
they
of
hear
every
something.
4 he doesn't preface by saying this. They're great, and those are the people that I'm concerned about.
And those are the people
don't
you
want-
should be
I don't
concerned
want your
about.
money.
Just to
I
be
don't want
honest
your
with you,
money.
they're scoundrels. But Lisa, here's the deal. She runs a company. It's a little startup. A little
Good.
get up and go.
Is it a pop up?
It's a little pop up.
A little get up and
thing.
go.
A little get up and go, and it's called Foodie Pool.
Foodie Pool.
Foodie Pool.
What's Foodie Pool's deal?
She goes and people who have swimming pools, right?
She goes to people
she
who
drains.
have...
She drains the swimming pool for them, fills it with whatever food you want. It's a dream come true.
Okay. What does it
What?
cost?
Well, it depends on what kind of food you want.
Just what's the baseline like coming to drain your
But
pool?
who wants to eat food out of a pool that's had?
okay, imagine a pool full of pudding, Dan.
But it used to have pool water in it and people in it.
Well, wash it down.
She sanitizes
Oh,
it.
absolutely. Dude, she's not a monster. Didn't I just say she's one of the good ones? I said it from the beginning. You're not listening. This is the biggest problem I have.
What's the most luxurious pool she's ever popped for?
Biebers, first of all. She
Okay.
did the
Justin
Biebs.
Bieber?
She did the
Yeah,
Biebers.
she did the
Justin and Haley?
Yeah,
Haley?
Justin and Haley. Yeah,
What
absolutely.
did he get in his?
Sushi.
He got sushi.
You got
Yep.
sushi.
just stacked all the way
Stacked
up.
all the way to the top.
So how do you know that before it goes bad?
Is
Well,
it
you just
about
jump
the
into
eating?
it. You can
Yeah.
kind of
You
Jump
jump in
into it.
and you
I was going to ask, is
Yeah.
it more about eating or more about like jumping in, taking pictures
Yeah,
for the gram?
exactly. It's for the gram. Let's be honest. It's
So
for
how
the
much
gram.
did Biebs run? How much?
Oh,
did
that was a good 50K.
That's it.
Well, she did low grade sushi. To be fair, she did some real low grade sushi.
I just want to be clear.
Yes.
To drain his pool.
Yep.
And to fill it 8 feet deep
With
with
sushi,
sushi,
yep.
was only $50,000.
Yeah, absolutely. No, she
So, like,
she
my
shopped at
pool-
Aldi for the fish.
My pool. I mean, I want to fill it with pizza. Was that?
Well, where are you going to get it from?
She's in charge.
Are-
I thought
well-
you just told me.
Well,
she,
let me
you
ask-
said
let-
she's
okay,
one of
let's
the
do
good
this.
ones. She better not be buying Aldi pizza.
No.
Let's
well,
do
First
raw-
of all, she could do a lot worse, Daniel. And second of all, you should be honored to swim in some pie from Aldi.
Can I ask you, like, let's do the cheapest thing we can think of, like ramen noodles.
Yeah, ramen noodles.
How much is it going to cost to do Dan's pool,
Ramen noodles.
to drain it, sanitize it, fill it with ramen?
Probably $2,000.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's not a bad.
Does she sanitize it and fill it back up with water for me?
No.
I thought she was one of the good ones.
No,
I thought she was one of the good ones. You lied to me.
No, you see, you want
Lisa?
everything for the least
Lisa,
amount of money.
you're not one of the good
dude,
ones,
you know
Lisa.
what? You just want
Lisa?
the moon. You just want the moon, Dan.
I just want my pool back the way I found it.
To the moon. We're going to be back tomorrow with Baby It's Cold Inside. Until then, buy some Doge, buy Philo, and we will see you tomorrow. Before then, we'll wish you a very
Merry Christmas. Timmy Tibbetts.
Deck the Hallmark is a Bramble Jam podcast recorded live in, that Greenville, South Carolina. It's produced by Brandon Gray. Set decor by Plum Haywood Mall. For more information on all Bramble Jam podcasts, you can go to bramblejampodcast.com. For more information on how to listen to Deck the Hallmark ad-free, you can go to bramblejamplus.com.